Hey y'all, welcome back to Conversations with Creatives, a talk show where we take the time to get to know your faves so you can get to know them. I'm your lovely host, Trinity, and today we have the one and only, the famous, the number one, A Day with Malai. Give it up for her, y'all. Hey girl.
What's up, Trin?
I'm so excited to have you on the show, girl.
I'm excited to be on the show.
If y'all don't know Kiara, she helps me behind the scenes with my shootings for Conversations with Creatives. So to be able to have her in front of the camera, I'm so excited. We really finna get into it, and this is a good one. Okay, girl. So, how we typically start the show off with the conversation cards to break the ice. So I'm gonna just grab a handful of these real quick, friend. I'm gonna let you pull one.
Okay.
And we gonna go from there.
Gotta close my eyes?
You can.
Okay.
Wait, you're not supposed to read?
My bad. I didn't read it.
Okay.
You like that?
This okay.
Okay.
Okay. What family or school rule would you most like to change?
What family or school rule?
Yes. I know what I would say.
Ooh, that's a good question. Or a school rule? Maybe like if a school rule, maybe like in forms of like uniform. Like I feel like people should be able to wear what you want to wear. A family rule though that I would change.
If you don't have a family rule you would change, that's okay.
Nah, I think my family rule, I mean, maybe generation to generation as far as like being yourself. I know a lot of family rules is like, if you're in this family, you need to go over here and you need to do this and you need to do that. So maybe more creativity in family rules.
Okay.
Because some family rules are strict.
That's
what family rule would you change?
I don't know if I would change a family rule.
What school rule?
A school rule, I really didn't like that we couldn't wear like tank tops and show our shoulders.
And
it was like, if you're gonna wear a tank top, it has to have a collar. Yeah. Okay, my shoulder's still out. What difference does a collar make? You might as well just let us wear the tank tops. So that kind of blew me a little bit in school. After middle school though, because I wasn't wearing tank tops after that. But a family rule, I don't know.
We're kind of born into family rules. So it's like
I'm kind of used to everything right now. Yeah. Okay, friend, that's okay. We just gonna get into the questions, okay? So they probably already heard me say it, girl, but so a lot of people, because your Instagram is A Day with Malai, that's your brand name. So a lot of people think that your name is Malai, but I know your name, friend. So let's clear it up for them. Tell them a little bit about, A Day with Malai and where it came from and what your actual name is.
So my actual name is Kiara. Some people know that, some people don't, but Malai is my middle name, so Kiara Malai. But A Day with Malai really rooted from a long time ago, like back in 2017-ish. I had a blog, and on my blog I used to write stories and tell certain stories and like give insight about certain things, and it was just words. It was just like written words, type words. And so in 2020, I just kind of rebranded the blog to be more like photogenic or photographic. Right. And so, yeah, that's where A Day with Malai came from. So it's still A Day with Malai, but it's just in picture form. Right. But it's like A Day with Malai is like literally in the name, like A Day with Malai. Like if I, capture you, it's like you're spending a day with Malai. Right. I think that's so cute and so fitting because you can really tell a story with like pictures, and if you're posting them for everybody to see, they're like, okay, this is what her day consisted of in pictures. Yeah. Which is basically what Instagram is, but that's cool, friend. Thank you. Okay, so let's take it back a little bit more, because you said in 2017 you was blogging, then in 2020 you got
into photography. So how did that come about? How did you get into photography?
So I think like all my life I kind of been like invested in pictures, but I didn't really know what kind of medium I wanted to take it. So I didn't really know if I wanted to do like digital. I didn't really know if I wanted to do film, but I think like being influenced on Tumblr, like in Tumblr days, that I liked the film look. I just didn't know how to achieve it. So like in the midst of the pandemic, just like everybody else, I was like, well, you know, I need to be going out and capturing stuff like, but I don't know. I didn't know which way to go, but I finally just ended up going on YouTube and searching up film. And so after that, I just went to a rabbit hole. And then I think like June 2024, I got my first film camera point and shoot. And so after that, I've just been snapping ever since.
Wow. So I know you used to have like they weren't digital cameras, they were still film, but it was like the rolls. Is that different from like the cameras that you use now, like the big camera that you have?
Well, they're the same. They're still film. It's just different mediums. So like it's a smaller version, which is like 35 millimeter, and it's a bigger version, which is like 120 millimeter.
Okay, yeah. Got you. So you were saying that you wanted to try film because of Tumblr. You didn't ever really get into digital film, did you?
Well, not exactly. So I started shooting film before I started shooting digital.
Right.
So back when I was a student at Fort Valley State, I worked for the media team. And so on the media team, that's the reason why they recruited me, because of my photography, but it wasn't digital photography. But while working on the media team, I did shoot a lot of digital and work with a lot of digital mediums. So it's kind of like backwards, because most people start digital and then move to film, but I did film and moved to digital. So
okay, how do you like shooting on digital? Because I know most of your stuff is in film, like almost all of it. Like you don't really do digital like that. How was it shooting in digital, like when you had to?
Honestly, to be intentional about my shots, I think I liked digital more, as far as like, okay, well, when I take a picture, I can now see what it looks like and then instantly correct myself as to what placements or what the ISO should be and things like that. But I like digital. I just think that every time I shoot digital, it ends up looking like film. So to me, it doesn't really look like any difference to me personally. But if you play around with like the metrics and like Photoshop and stuff, then I would probably get into it more. But I mean, digital is cool. Yeah, digital is cool.
But you be eating on film, so it doesn't really make a difference for real. But I feel like digital is not more difficult, but it's like you have to do more with the camera. You gotta do like aperture and your lens and your iris, and you gotta change this, change that to get like the certain look. Whereas I feel like with film, you're more so playing with the light to kind of get the look that you want to achieve. And I think it's more like raw and authentic that way. You agree?
I would agree. I mean, on film too, like if you want specific crisp shots, you do have to play with your aperture, turn it up, turn it down. Okay. And it also depends on like the film stock that you're shooting. So you know, if you want lighter, brighter pictures, you would shoot a lower film stock. And if you want darker tone pictures, you would shoot a high number, like an 800 or something like that. So it also depends on like the film that you're using.
Girl, I could never get into that.
You know it though. You just transfer it over from digital. It's the same.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know, all that, the numbers and the ISO, like I'd be like, I don't understand. I just want the picture to look good. So that's it. But so let's get into the nitty gritty, friend. August is coming up, but for y'all, it's probably already here. This is a big month for you, your birthday, and you have a big release. Yes. Coming out, friend. Talk to us about it. What's going on?
So later on in August, I'm releasing my first photo book titled A Day with Malai, and I got inspired to make this photo book first from when I went to New York for the first time. That's all they have there. They have magazines, they have photo books, they have different things like that. So I got inspired by being in New York and seeing like different people capture their point of view of things.
Right.
So I said, wow, you know, I've been shooting for so many years, like I kind of want to show people like the stuff that I do like outside of Instagram, like, and this year, well, in the past couple years, I've been heavy on journaling, so that's kind of like why my cover, it looks like a journal.
Girl, yeah, show us
it's
the book,
actually
friend.
my journal. So it's actually my journal for real. And so I just scanned it, and so and so it's personal, but like I think A Day with Malai, it's really influenced on like how we as people, we always go on the internet to seek gratification for like, oh my gosh, like I want to go to Puerto Rico so bad, so I'm gonna go on TikTok typing favorite Puerto Rico travel destinations, you know, but when we're not really looking at like the bigger picture, like, not to say Puerto Rico is in our backyard, but it's different things that are around us in our environment that we need to be, you know, reminded of, and I capture that. And so instead of like searching online for gratification, I want you to just like read a book or go, you know, look at a book for it, and you know, be inspired. Or like when you're feeling sad, like you can look at a picture to make you smile, and just different stuff like that. So I kind of just wanted to share this with everybody, because it's more like, okay, well, like come into my world and see like, how I do things.
So are your shots in the book mostly like nature and like scenery, or is it some portraits and stuff in there?
I got a mixture of everything in there. Yeah, I got a mixture of everything in there. I probably have a lot more landscapes. But I have a mixture of everything there, because I do a mixture of everything. So I kind of didn't want it to make it one-sided or like biased on like, you know, nature things. I kind of just did A Day with Malai. Is just like, we could be out at the beach or at the park, or we could be like at the club somewhere. Like,
you get a little bit of everything. Okay, so I know the book is coming out this month in August, and before the book comes out, you're gonna have a little event to like showcase the book and some of the stuff that's in there. Tell us about that process, and like, what do you have planned for it?
So I have like an intimate gallery experience coming up. So I'm gonna be showing some like unreleased work, and I'm gonna have some like interactive photo things that people can participate in, along with like food and refreshments. And I'm also gonna be selling some copies of the book. So it'll be the day before the book releases.
Okay, so what is the date of the event, and what day is the official book release?
So the gallery will be on August the 18th. And the book is actually going to release online on August the 19th.
Wow. And so how much will the book be?
The book at the day of the gallery is going to be $40, just because I'm giving everybody who, you know, purchase tickets to the gallery $5 off, but online it's going to be $45.
Wow.
It's affordable. It's affordable.
Okay. And the book is thick, y'all. It's like, it's a lot of pictures in there. So that's a good price, I feel like. Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Y'all, this is my friend. We've been friends since middle school, for real. So I'm so proud of her to see how far she's come, and like doing this with her photography. Like, this is really big. So shout out to you, friend. Like, you doing your big one.
Shout out to you.
Thank you. You know, we just two creatives out here trying to get it. Okay, so is there anything you think that people should know, like leading up into your release, that they need to, maybe if they want to go and get tickets for the event, or the website to buy the book? Like, what's something they need to know?
I do have a little short film coming out, and I'm gonna be showing it on the day of the gallery.
I did not know that.
I'm probably gonna upload it to YouTube, but when I do release the book, the film will be released with it.
Wow.
And so you know, y'all go buy y'all tickets.
Yeah,
$10. It's
right.
only $10.
Only $10. Be there or be square in her bio at A Day with Malai. Period. Oh, I'm so excited for you. And I pray that everything goes well and you sell out.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. That is so big, friend. Okay, let me stop dwelling. But this is the part in, you know, the show where we do What Did It Take? And so I want you to tell us a story about the most difficult or the best shoot that you've done.
Ooh, the most difficult or the best?
Yes.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay, so I like all of my work, and so sometimes I'm not like, okay, this one's the best or this one's better. I can definitely see my growth in each one, but I would say like maybe the most challenging one was a shoot that I did with my friends and some other fellow creatives. So my friend Palace, she created, directed it, and then also my friend Megan, she was the model. So it was kind of like for her birthday, and we also had a makeup artist who does regular makeup and prosthetics. Her name was Nyla. And so it was a shoot. It's on my page, and it has Megan with like spines kind of like on her back.
Oh, like the scales and stuff? Wow.
And it's kind of like fake blood. And so Nyla, the makeup artist, she did that prosthetic, and we was up probably until like 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. And it was January, so it was cold outside, and we did the shoot outside, and we were just up all night, but we was up all night creating.
Right.
So no matter like how tired we were, that was the most challenging one, because we had to go outside, and Megan, you know, because she had the scales on her back, she didn't have that much clothing on, so she was cold. She had heels, we was cold, we had to move the lighting. Like, it was just a lot going on. But I would say that was my most challenging one, because not only did I have, I used a strobe, but I just used the test model lamp on the strobe. I didn't have the strobe triggering within my camera. So like I had my friend Palace holding the light, and then I have the camera, and then Megan has when we moved inside, Megan has the back, she's on the backdrop. And so yeah, that was the most challenging one, because it wasn't that much lighting. So, but it still came out really nice. So I would say that was one of my most challenging ones.
Wow. And you didn't I would be like kind of nervous though, because it was dark and you can't see how the pictures are coming out, so you just had to go and pray for the best.
That's what I do most times when I shoot. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I can be as prepared as I can say, okay, I got my lights, I got my film, I got my lenses, all that, but just because you cannot see them until they come out, that's kind of like most times I shoot. And I will say, like, majority of the stuff that I shoot and everybody's like, dang, this is fire, most of the time it'll be an accident.
Really?
Yeah. Like, most of the time it's accidental. Like, I don't intend on it looking like that. It's just be an accident, but it just turned out fire. So I just be like, well, it was an accident.
Yeah, but it worked out good. Yeah. And it always turns out good, friend. I feel like.
Thank you so much.
Of course. Let's get into more about your personal field with photography. And so what do you think that your biggest inspiration is when it comes to your work, or just photography in general?
Oh, I would say honestly, my biggest inspiration when it comes to photography is God, because I feel like everywhere I see, or all the things that I capture, God created. And if it wasn't for God's creation, we wouldn't have anything. So like in my pictures, I try to just, you know, capture things from the eyes that, you know what I mean, God made me, and help people realize that it's little things in nature and life that's beautiful. Like, we think we have to, you know, go get all dolled up or go travel 500 miles to reach a destination, when it's really like right in front of you. Like, it's beauty right in front of us. So I would say my biggest inspiration is God.
Shout out to the Lord above, okay? Period. That's so real.
That is real. That's the realest. That's as real as it's gonna get.
It is. Yeah. Okay. So I feel like photography is about serving other people and executing their vision. How do you feel like photography serves you?
I feel like photography serves me in a way of helping. So if like you said, if photography is a way of serving other people, I'm helping other people reach whatever vision or whatever type of aesthetic that they are looking for in their mind. So that's how it helps me. I like to help. So if I can help you, then you're helping me because I can help you. You know?
Okay,
So that's how I think that it serves.
You get the satisfaction from
helping
other people.
And after someone sees the photos that I take of them being actually happy, because a lot of people don't like pictures of themselves. I can say that about me.
Girl, I can say that about me.
A lot of people don't. So if I could take a picture of you and you like, dang, like nobody ever take a good picture of me. I like that because it's like, wow, I can see you in a light that you don't really see yourself in. Yeah.
So speaking of when people take your picture, are you like picky when people take your picture? Or are you like, I would have did this differently? Like you need to get my good side. Like
you mean like as far as like if my friends taking on my phone?
Yeah.
Or I mean honestly, I should be, but not really. Like if my friend take my picture and I don't really like them, I'll just take a picture myself, because it's like
understandable. I
can't really say like do this, do that, because you're not gonna take it like how I take it.
Right.
So like I'll kind of look at them, and some of them are good, like a good 5, so I keep them. But most of the time I'm like, but like the more and more my friends hang around me, the better they gotta take a picture. So I don't even really have to tell them nothing, because it's like I could take their picture and they could, you know, do the same.
Okay.
I would say as far as like a photographic, like a studio setting, I probably am a little picky just because I know how the lights look on me. Okay. But if I'm, you know, booking a photographer to shoot me, I booked them for a reason, so I'm gonna trust what they're doing.
Okay, I see that. Do you like when people do that with you also, or do you like mind direction when it comes to your pictures?
Typically I like when people are telling me, okay, this is what I'm going for, so that way I could execute it the way that they want. Right. But I feel like the reason why they want it, you know what I mean, a day with Malai, is because they want it to look like a certain way. But I like when people give me like ideas and insight, because it helps me grow.
What goals have you set for yourself with your photography in the near future?
At the beginning of the year, I set some goals, but I kind of got sidetracked from my goals. Like I was doing like a film of the month challenge every month. Wow. And I kind of stopped in May because my film got lost in the mail. And so it kind of just set me back. But in the near future, hopefully, I would like to be a contributor or some type of like associate for National Geographic. I don't really know how that's going to happen or what I need to do to get there, but if I keep talking about it, then it's probably going to come into fruition.
And so that combines like your degree and your like hobby. Yeah. Wow.
So that's what I was like, towards the end of college, I was like, okay, man, like I really be trying to get into vet school, but unfortunately I didn't have the GPA requirements to get into vet school. Oh, wow. And so I was just like, okay, well, I got this animal science degree. How can I use it to the best of my ability? And so when I started to take pictures, I was like, this is how I can use it to the best of my ability, because not only do I know the scientific part of the animals, I could capture them and then inform you about the scientific part of the animals.
Wow. That should be your next book, friend.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yes,
that's a good idea.
That would be so cool.
That's a good idea. Because I have some pictures of animals, but I need more.
Oh, yeah.
I need more.
And you didn't do the calendar.
So I'm still working on a calendar. So I do have some, I started with dogs, so I do have some canines, but I need more. Like, I just get sidetracked.
It'd be like that.
But
Life
it's
be
still in
lifing.
the work. Yeah, life be living. But it's still in the works though. So if any of y'all have any dogs that would like to be in my dog calendar, I can get it done by the end of the year.
Hit her up ASAP. Period. So I know you talked about you wanted to work for National Geographic, doing like photography with the animals and stuff like that. So is there anything, like if it was a perfect world and everything went your way, is there anything else anywhere else you would like to be in 5 years with your work?
Probably in like somebody's gallery or something, or maybe like overseas somewhere.
Oh wow.
So I could capture overseas, like not just like Mexico or like the Caribbeans, maybe like Europe.
Yeah.
Or Africa, somewhere like that, the safari.
Yeah.
I would probably like
that
to
would
be
be
in a
nice.
Safari. Yeah, I need to be in the safari.
Girl, yes. Girl, we finna get on LinkedIn after this.
Yeah, we need to. I need to.
See what they talking about at National Geographic. Cause I think that would be really cool and it's really fitting for you. I think that would be really good, friend. We gonna pray on it.
We gonna pray.
Pray on it. Okay, so sadly, we've been talking for a while, friend. We have reached the end of the interview, but I just want to ask you one last question. Do you have anything you'd like to say to up and coming photographers or creatives who may be on a similar path as you or trying to get to where you are?
Yes, I do. Now I'm gonna look into the camera when I say this. So for anybody that's young or just starting in photography or having any questions or like being doubtful, I just recommend for all of y'all to be yourselves, because I found it when I first started. I was like, well, I like this person's style and I like this person's style, but it's not you if you're not doing the things how you shoot it. And it's not a rule book. There's no rule book to it. You just have to shoot it from your perspective and your point of view. So I would like to tell the youth and anybody who's starting or who haven't started to just be yourself, and that's how you'll feel comfortable about your work.
Period. That was deep, friend. Go ahead and plug your socials for them so they know where to find you.
My socials, you can find me on Instagram at A Day with Malai. On my Instagram bio, you'll see my portfolio. It's also A Day with Malai adobe.portfolio, but it'll be in my bio, so that's where you can find me.
Period. Okay, and it's somewhere down there for me with Conversations with Creatives. But yes, friend, this has been such a great interview. I'm so proud of you. I know I've been saying it the whole interview, but I am like,
thank you.
You're just doing big things. Thank you. Pray that you get everything that your little heart desires, girl, because you deserve it.
Thank you.
And yeah, y'all, thank you for tuning in. Be sure to tune in 2 weeks for our next episode of Conversations with Creatives and see who we'll be talking to. But that's it for today. Thank you, Kiera, for coming and being on the show. Okay. Ooh. I love you. Jesus loves you. And stay creative.